Samantala, expectation sa ikalawang State of the Nation Address ni Pangulong Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. ang ating pong tatalakayin kasama si Ginoong Joey Concepcion, Negosyo founder at private sector lead for jobs. Sir Joey, magandang umaga po sa inyo.
Magandang umaga rin.
Yes, Sir Joey, unahin ko na po, sir. Ano po ang reaksyon ninyo sa pag-lift ni Pangulong Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. ng State of Public Emergency due to COVID-19 sa buong bansa? Ano po ang epekto nito lalo na sa pagnenegosyo at ekonomiya?
Well, matagal na hinihintay natin ang pagtanggal dito sa Health of Public State Emergency. At maganda yan kasi ngayon ang SONA. At in other words, we're moving forward. No? The past was this pandemic with maraming negosyante na tinamaan dito. They have recovered and some are still recovering. And so it's a good note, no? That this was done before the SONA. So we are now focusing on our economy, which is, sa tingin ko, ang pinaka-importante ngayon, yung ekonomiya ng Pilipinas kasi nakasalalay dito ang mga trabaho ng mga tao natin. We want to create more jobs. We want to help lahat ng natin mga negosyantes na umunlad. No? Hindi lang sila magiging micro-entrepreneur. Dapat umasenso sila pagiging entrepreneur, maging sa small, medium, and kung they are blessed, baka there will be some, but not many, who will become large. No? So, it's a good start, no? Especially with the SONA.
Yes, sir. So, naman po tungkol sa may sektor ng agrikultura, ano po ba yung mga kinakailangang reforma pagdating sa structure ng agriculture sector upang mas maging efficient at competitive ang sektor na ito?
Well, sinabi ko na rin kay Pangulong Marcos na yung scale ang pinaka-importante dito. No? We have to create scale. Yung maliit na micro-farmers natin who own between 3 to 5 hectares, that is not enough to create scale. No? What the study shows, at least 24 hectares will give you scale. So, itong programa ng private sector, kasama namin dito yung Department of Agriculture at iba pang ahensya ng DA, na tutulong ang mga big brothers dito by helping the farmers integrate with their value chain. That is one option that we're giving the farmers, no? The ability to partner with the big brothers at in many categories, no? Whether it's in rice, whether it's in sugar, whether it's in cocoa, and all of that. Marami kaming big brothers dito na willing to help. At with the President as still the Secretary of Agriculture, malaking bagay yan. No? He has the people with him, good leaders, Secretary of Agrarian Reforms, Australia, of course, you've got Sebastian of Department of Agriculture, nandiyan pa si Paginiban. So, he has a good team, no? And now, if the private sector joins this team of his, then the chances are much higher. They have condoned the debts of all of these farmers, so many of them are willing to restart. But it will not change unless we create scale, no? So we have to be competitive, you have to have scale, and to bring down costs to produce and compete against the ASEAN neighbors, or at least have a consistent supply of your basic commodities, whether it's rice, corn, sugar, and all of that. We have to increase the level of productivity of our farmers. No?
Okay, sir, sa tingin niyo po ba na mahalaga rin na mabanggit ng Pangulong Marcos sa kanyang ikalawang SONA ang suporta nito sa pagpapalakas ng MSME sa global market?
Well, malaking bagay ang MSMEs natin kasi halos 99% ay mga micro, small at medium enterprise. So, kung gusto natin palaguin ang economy ng Pilipinas, unang-unang kailangan umunlad ang mga MSMEs natin. No? At dito ang focus ni Secretary Pascual, Trade Secretary Pascual, at yung negosyo, private sector, mga partners natin sa private sector ang partnership na to with DTI, with the Department of Agriculture, Department of Tourism, are all in place, no? And it's very important that private sector plays a big role kasi karamihan ng mga private sector dito ay yung mga malaking korporasyon, no? At we know that these big corporations have the capability because they have scale now to help our micro entrepreneurs in the service sector, sa agrikultura, all are willing to help, no? At itong mga digital platforms, marami ngayon na digital entrepreneurs. So nag-develop sila ng mga applications at itong mga digital wallets, lahat yan malaking bagay yung digitalization kasi mas madaling ma-access sila ng credit and access to mentors, nandiyan din sa digital platforms ng Negosyo, at access to funding, no? Maraming bangko na digitalized na, and so this support is there, no? So and I'm sure the president will make this statement in his own, that if we don't scale up and help our MSMEs, whether they're in services or in agriculture, the Philippines will not be able to grow as fast, no? And that's what we want to see. Our GDP move much higher than the 6.4 or 5%, no?
Okay, sir, kamakailan lamang po ay napirmahan na nga ng Pangulo itong Maharlika Investment Fund. Hingi lamang po kami ng reaksyon ninyo patungkol po sa pagsasabatas nito.
Well, malaking tulong rin yan kasi yung Maharlika Investment Fund, kasi pwede rin mag-invest dito sa mga papasok na mga potential investors in the Philippines, no? Sa mga state visits ni Presidente bukas sa Malaysia, we're trying to bring in foreign investors, no? So in good projects that have potential, for example, like the airport, to me, the Maharlika Investment Fund can also invest in the rehabilitation of the Manila Airport, no? Malaking bagay yan. I believe that they're also opening it up to the private sector. Pero, that would be your national airport, and it would be good that the government would put a stake into it, no? So many projects are coming up, no? That the Maharlika Investment Fund can invest where the private sector is investing kasi alam naman natin yung kagalingan ng private sector dito, mga entrepreneurs yan. So they know how to do it. So rather than give all to the private sector, at least if the Maharlika Investment Fund invests in these projects, the fund will definitely earn, no? Because it's under a good management, and mga entrepreneurs dito sa pribadong sektor talagang mga magaling yan, no?
Okay, sir, bukod po sa mga nabanggit ninyo, ano po ba yung inaasahan ninyo na tatalakayin mamaya ni Pangulong Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. sa kanyang ikalawang State of the Nation address?
Well, I think the economy is the most important, no? And how to really continue to grow the economy. Another thing is that we really have to encourage tourism in this country, no? And malaking bagay yan. All over the world, revenge travel ngayon nangyayari. There's shortages of planes, and hotels are fully booked. We're supposed to fly to Malaysia and Singapore. Punong-puno ang mga hotels, no? So nakikita natin, the opportunity in tourism is another sector, no, that many Filipinos will benefit. And of course, ensuring that we have enough supply of nurses, no? The demand for nurses coming from the Philippines is so huge, no? Na-affect na rin yung supply natin dito sa domestic natin, no, needs, no? So upskilling our nurses is very critical at this point in time. So the demand for Filipino workers overseas is continuously growing. So we have to make sure that education and upskilling our people who are entering various fields, you know, whether it's in nursing, healthcare, and all of that, and construction. We really have to continue with upskilling them, no, so that we remain competitive. But definitely, the demand for Filipino workers overseas is extremely high.
Sir, bilang bahagi po ng administrasyon, ano po ang inyong masasabi sa unang taong panunungkulan ng ating Pangulo?
Well, considering where we have started, no, I mean, if you look at during the time of President Duterte, his fight on drugs and all of this, and he's laid a basic framework. No? Now the President Marcos today is taking forward and focusing on the economy of the Philippines, no? Because that is ultimately the bottom line here is creating an environment that will allow our MSMEs and other Filipino people who are just working to look forward to greater prosperity. No? Karamihan dito, we have to decrease the level of poverty in our country. And the only solution to that is creating a vibrant Philippine economy. And yun ang ginagawa ni President Marcos, no? And together with his cabinet, that ang sumusuporta dito yung private sector. And I know our citizens are also conscious about this. So if we do really love the Philippines, we should be more optimistic. And I've been sharing this with many people. Optimism will bring about greater opportunities, more a positive thinking than a negative thinking. So rather than, say that, Marcos, nothing is happening, let's think positive, no? Many things are happening, many good things are happening, and let's look forward to contributing in whatever small way we can to really generate jobs for our Filipino people. No?
Okay, Sir Joey, bilang panghuli po ang inyo pong mensahe sa ating mga kababayan na nag-aabang ngayon sa ikalawang sona ng ating Pangulo.
Well, I'm very hopeful that the speech of the President in the State of the Nation will be very encouraging, and he is very optimistic of how this country will move forward. And I am too very optimistic for the very reason that he has embraced a partnership with the private sector. Malaking bagay yan when you partner with the private sector and include them in the decision-making programs. That is very, very important. And that trust and confidence has been there, with the private sector. So this partnership with government and the private sector, if it's maximized to the fullest, will do wonders, for all of our people. So the areas of opportunity for our country definitely is not just our Filipino brothers and sisters working overseas. We want them to work here and live with their families. So we have to create opportunities in the sector of service, retail, tourism. These are areas that have great opportunity. And of course, the biggest opportunity is in agriculture.
Alright, maraming salamat po sa lahat ng impormasyon na ibinahagi niyo sa amin ngayong umaga. Nakapatingin po natin sa Ginoong Joey Concepcion, Negosyo founder at private sector lead for jobs. Thank you, sir.